Hi, everyone, and welcome to You're the Boss of Your Business and Your Life. I'm Ange Dove, your host, business coach, and messaging strategist. And this podcast is all about empowering you to step out of the 9 to 5 grind and into the life of freedom and fulfillment you've always dreamed of. So, whether that's building a side hustle or running your business full time. So, today we're going to dive into a topic that's close to my heart: why every working professional should start a side hustle and why now is the perfect time to do it. So, grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk about your future. So, let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. The 9 to 5 system was designed for stability, predictability, and let's face it, control. For many of us, it's the structure we grew up believing in. You go to school, get a job, work hard, and eventually retire into a comfortable pension. But here's the reality: the world has changed. We all know that. Right? Job security isn't what it used to be. Companies are downsizing, automating, and outsourcing. And now there's AI, which is going to change everything. And even if you have what you consider to be a secure job, how secure does it really feel when someone else controls your paycheck, your promotions, and even your ability to take time off? If that thought makes you uncomfortable, you're not alone. It's a system designed to keep you dependent. And that's exactly why a side hustle isn't just a good idea, it's your safety net. Let me tell you a quick story. I worked once with a marketing manager who was great at what they did, but they felt stuck. They wanted more freedom, they dreamed of being their own boss, but felt it wasn't the right time. Fast forward a few years and the company restructured. Suddenly, their role was redundant. Now imagine if they'd already started that side hustle. They could have transitioned seamlessly with confidence and a plan. Instead, they were left scrambling, trying to do things at the last minute. And of course, there's going to be a gap in the salary as that happens, right? A side hustle isn't just about making extra money, although let's be honest, that's a huge perk. It's about building options, choices. It's about having something to fall back on when life throws you a curveball. Because let's face it, nothing's guaranteed today. We really don't know the way things are going. So, what can a side hustle give you? Well, first of all, it gives you financial security. So you get extra income to pay off debt, save for your future, or just enjoy life a little bit more. It also gives you skill development. You learn things you never learn in your 9 to 5, from marketing and sales to time management and creativity, all these things it takes to run a business. They didn't teach you that at school. And you may have picked up some of these skills in your 9 to 5, but you need a lot of skills to learn to run a business. It'll also give you freedom, right? You're creating something that's 100% yours. You're doing it for you and your family, something that no boss can take away from you. You've got freedom to choose your time. You decide what hours you want to work. This is your baby. And it gives you confidence. You start to see that you can do this, that you're more than just a job title, right? You've got something with purpose, something that you want to get out of bed for every day. All right, so that's what a side hustle can give you. So I'm guessing that you might be thinking, yeah, sure, Ange, it all sounds great, but why now? Why is it so urgent for me to get this done now? So let me break that down for you. So first of all, the digital revolution, right? It's here. It's been here for a long time. But with AI, it's just sped up exponentially. So starting a business has never been easier for a start. I thought it was easy when I started, but it's got way easier since then because there's so many tech tools out there that just make it so easy. And they're designed for purpose. They're designed to help you do all this kind of stuff. So you can create an online store, you can offer coaching, you could sell digital products, you could become a consultant, all with tools that are practically free to use. I mean, the subscription fees are very, very low. You don't need a storefront or a huge investment to get started. It's just the easiest thing to set up a business today. The investment is crazy, crazy low. And another reason why now is because of the economic uncertainty. We all know it's here. We've all experienced it. And if the past few years has taught us anything, it's that nothing is guaranteed, right? Building a side hustle now gives you a buffer against uncertainty. And also there's the fact that you can, you've got the power of compound growth. What do I mean by that? I mean that the earlier you start to build your side hustle while you've still got your full-time job, the more time you give your side hustle to grow. Even if it's just a few hours you're spending a week growing it, those hours add up. Don't leave it to the last minute. Start planning it way ahead of time. And another reason why now is work-life integration. I don't like work-life balance because I don't think that's that attainable. But what do I mean by work-life integration? So people are waking up to the fact that they want more than just a paycheck. It's not just about getting up and going to work and coming back home. They want purpose. They want passion. They want something that aligns with their values. And your side hustle can be a bridge to a more meaningful career. You could be doing something that is more aligned with what it is you've always dreamed of doing, something that maybe you were told in school you couldn't do as a job because that's not a job, right? You can actually start to build something now that you really love. And, if you're going to spend 8 hours a day working, you might as well spend those 8 hours doing something that you actually enjoy doing and you love. So you might be thinking, okay, sounds good. I'm quite interested in this now, but there's some nagging doubts in your mind, like I don't have time, I don't have a business idea, what could I do? I'm not a natural entrepreneur, I've always worked for a company. Is this really for me? Can I do it? Is it easy? Right? Does it work? Right? Let me handle these issues one by one. So first of all, the time issue. The reality is that if something matters to you, you make time for it. It's as simple as that. So even just 5 to 10 hours a week can get you started. So think of the time that you spend scrolling on social media, binge watching Netflix, watching the TV, traveling between work and home, right? Could some of that time be directed to building something for your future? I guarantee you have time in your calendar to carve out time to do this. You absolutely do. It's a question of whether you want to make it a priority. Are other things more important? Or is this really important because this is your future? So think about that. We all have 24 hours in a day. Why do some people get more done in 24 hours than others? Yeah, you've got the time. So next is you say you don't have a business idea. That's okay. You don't need to invent the next big thing. The next big thing is done for this generation, right? That was probably AI or whatever, right? It doesn't have to be the next big thing. You start with what you know. What are you good at? What do people come to you for advice about? What do people ask you about? What problems do you see in your industry or community that you could help solve? So really the secret to setting up a business is really solving problems. And the bigger the problem you solve, the more money you make. So what problem can you solve? And it's not going to be a unique problem. It's going to be a problem that a lot of people have. And that's good. All right. So just think of that. What are you good at that people will pay you for? Now, the thing here is a lot of people say, oh, well, nobody will pay me for that. I'm good at this, but nobody will pay me for it. Or they tend to undervalue what they are good at. They don't see it as a skill. They don't see it as something that people want to know and want to learn. And you just have to go and Google people doing the same thing that you think you want to do and find out that there are people doing that. And then that's a good thing. When you find out that other people are doing it, that's a really good sign, because that means that it works. That means there's demand, and that means that you can do it too. So what problems can you solve? Right? Not what new problems, just what problems can you solve? Right? And that other people are doing. Right? You don't have, you're not going to corner every section of the market. You just need your clients that are going to work with you. You can't serve everybody on the planet. All right. So finally, another thing that you mentioned is I'm not a natural entrepreneur. So entrepreneurship. So let me tell you something. Nobody is born an entrepreneur, obviously, right? Some people are more inclined to it. They like to take risks more or whatever, but some people see opportunities easier than others. But it's a skill, and it's a skill that you can learn by doing. You're not going to necessarily learn by learning or studying. You learn by doing. You've actually got to start, right? So, and with the right guidance, you absolutely can make it work. And you don't have to go it alone. You can get people to help you. But saying, oh, I'm not an entrepreneur, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. So, with that, those excuses out of the way, those stories that we tell ourselves out of the way, how do you actually start, right? How do you actually make a start? Because that can be quite scary. And I get it. It is scary because you're doing something you haven't done before. You're worried that you won't be able to replace your income. You've always had a guaranteed income at the end of the month. That could be gone if you start your own business. So, I get it. I get that there are worries and it's a risk, and but it pays off so well. The if you're like me, when you start a business, you'll look back and think, A, why didn't I start it sooner? And B, what was I worried about? Right? I hope that's what it would be for you. So how do you actually start? Well, first, you want to clarify your why. What's driving you? What is it that you want to do this for? Is it financial freedom? Is it flexibility? Is it a creative outlet? Your why will keep you motivated. If you don't know what your why is, it's going to be hard for you to maintain running a business, because it is going to be hard. It's not a straight road. It's not easy. But if it's something that you have passion for and a purpose for, and you can see a reason for doing it, you're more likely to stay motivated and keep on that path. Also, you need to find your niche. This is a little bit overstated. Everybody talks about a niche, but you want to think about your skills, your passions, and the problems that you solve and who you solve them for, and just speak to that group of people. Now, it doesn't have to be, when we say niche, it doesn't have to be a small group of people, but it has to be a well-defined group of people. So that makes your marketing a lot easier. You're talking to one person essentially, and that person will then just get it. Yeah, okay, she's speaking to me, he's speaking to me, right? So find your niche. Don't try to please everybody. Don't try to, speak to everybody, because everybody needs to hear a different message, and you can only put one message out at a time. So find what's your most important group of people that you can serve and go and serve them. And then you want to start small. So we talked about, you don't have to serve everybody. You're not trying to serve the whole planet, right? Don't, start small, and you don't have to just quit your day job and then start the business. You can do them side by side. You can do them simultaneously. Start testing your idea on a small scale first. Offer your services to friends, create a digital product, or launch a basic website, but just do something to put yourself out in front of people and say, this is what I'm doing. This is how I can help you. Can I help you? And then you want to invest in learning. It's like it's a lifelong hobby, if you like. It's a lifelong job if you're a business owner. So whether it's reading books, it's taking courses, or it's hiring a coach like me, education is key. You need to up level. You need to upskill. You need to constantly be learning, because also, like we found out now, that with AI, nothing's guaranteed. Things can be pulled under, they can pull the rug from under you without any notice whatsoever. So you need to keep up with the times. You need to move with the times. And I guarantee you, as you start your business, when you start your business 10 years down the line, it will look very different, and you'll be doing different things in it, because you've had to move with the times. You've had to serve different needs. So you've got to be comfortable with change. And the best way to do that is to learn, and just get an education, broaden your horizons so that you're prepared when things happen. And then finally, take action. Now, why is that so important? Well, all the learning in the world is going to be just money down the drain if you don't actually implement the learning, right? So you need to take action. You need to make something happen. Don't wait for the perfect time, because that doesn't exist. There's no such thing as the perfect time. I liken it to being a parent. There's never a perfect time to become a parent. You had no skills of that beforehand. You had no experience of it beforehand, right? So it's just something that you did, right? So don't wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. And I would encourage you to think of the opportunities missed the longer you wait. The longer you wait, the more opportunities pass you by, and you're leaving money on the table. So don't wait for the perfect time. Perfection really is just procrastination in disguise. So stop procrastinating, stop making excuses, stop telling your stories. You know you want to do this. Start. Just start. Okay, so what I want you to do is just, like we talked about, the lost opportunities of not starting. So I want you to really put yourself into a place now where you're imagining the possibilities. What if you did? What if you did? What if you made a start? What if you made it happen? What if you were a success? Just imagine. So just humor me here and just close your eyes and imagine this. It's a year from now. You've started your side hustle. You're bringing in consistent income. Maybe you've even transitioned to running it full time. You have the freedom to work from anywhere, spend more time with your family, and live life on your terms, whatever that means for you, around your lifestyle. That's the power of running your own business, of starting that side hustle so that you can get this moving. It's not just about escaping the 9 to 5. It's about taking control of your life. So here's my challenge to you. What's one small step you can take this week to move closer to starting your side hustle? Maybe it's brainstorming ideas, talking to a coach, or setting aside an hour to learn a new skill. But remember, you're the boss of your business and your life. You can only really be the boss of your life if you're the boss of your business, right? So thank you for tuning in to You're the Boss. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to follow for more actionable tips every week. Share it with someone that you think needs to hear this. And if you're ready to take the next step, head over to my website for free resources to get you started. Until next time, keep dreaming big and taking action. You've got to take action, and you've got this. Bye for now.